Hello, everyone. Today, we're going to look at noun clauses. This will be an introduction to noun clauses. Noun clauses in English are often confused with questions. Students who are learning English spend a lot of time learning how to correctly form a question in English. Forming questions in English is not easy, and it's very different from many other languages. So students learn how to make a question, and they got it, and then we say, now let's learn noun clauses. And noun clauses often look like a question. They look very similar, but the grammar works differently. So students get confused. So before we talk about noun clauses, let's review questions. On the left side of this column, I have some words, and I want to form that into a question. So for example, the first example, he live where? If I wanted to make this a question, what would I do? Okay, well, we know in English that the question word always comes first. So I need where, right? And now after the where, I'm going to need an auxiliary. For present tense, right, it will be do or does. For past tense, it would be did. Okay, so I could say, where does he live? Okay. If it's past tense, I would say, where did he live? Okay, but this is how I form a question in English. Where does he live? Okay. Why don't you pause the video now, go down the rest of the column, and think about how you would make a question. It can be past tense, present tense, it can be future, where will he live? But think about how you would form a question with these words. And then when you're ready, you can start the video again, and we'll look to see if you're right. Okay, good luck. And okay, I hope you paused it and looked at it. I hope that you've thought about it. Now let's check, right? Let's see how you did. Okay, so they leave when. Again, the question word comes first, when, okay? And then we need some kind of auxiliary or modal, some helping verb, right? Not the main verb, but the helping verb. So when, we can say, when do they leave, okay? If you said, when will they leave, if it's future, it's good, right? Past tense, when did they leave? But we get the order, right? Question word, helping verb, subject, main verb, okay? She say, what did she say? Okay, you didn't hear her? Right. Tom absent, why? Why is Tom absent? Okay. If it's a to be verb, we'll put the to be verb before the subject. Why is Tom absent? If I'm talking about yesterday, I can say, why was Tom absent? But that to be verb comes first, just like the helping verb. That boy, who is that boy? Or who was that boy? Okay. Again, helping, to be verb first. This pen, right? I have a pen, and I want to know who it belongs to. This pen, okay. Whose pen is this? Okay, whose is a little different, right? Because we need to put the noun after pen. Whose pen after the whose pen is this? Okay. Okay. You could also say, whose is this pen? Okay. But it's more common and more natural to say, whose pen is this? In the office, who is in the office. Or again, past tense, who was in the office. The keys on the counter, whose keys are on the counter. Right? So I see some car keys on the counter and I want to know whose keys, right? Who do they belong to? The noun keys goes after whose. Okay? Whose keys are on the counter? Came class, who? Who came to class? Here, when who is the subject, I don't need to do that reverse order. I don't need to say who did come to class, right? So this would be incorrect. Who did come to class? Okay. I can just say who came to class because who is my subject. So this is the question word, right? Order. We have the question word, then we have that switch where we put a helping verb, a modal, or auxiliary verb before the subject, right? Do, does, did are the to be verb. It's going to be before the subject. Who, where does he live? Now, you could always answer the question, where does he live? He lives in the apartment down the street. He lives in the White House, right? Where does the president live? He lives in the White House in Washington, D.C. He lives in Vietnam, right? Where does he live? But what if you don't know? I don't know where. I don't know, okay? You can just say, I don't know. But if we want to answer the question, we're talking about the question, okay? This is what I don't know. I don't know that information, right? This is a noun clause, right? We're going to put the information that we don't know after. And a noun clause, it works differently than a question because it's not a question. It's part of the statement, okay? Remember, if you've learned anything about clauses before, like if you've learned about adjective clauses, a clause has a subject and a verb, right? There'll be a pronoun, subject, and verb. Here, the pronoun is your question word, okay? Then we need a subject and a verb. This is not a subject, so we get rid of it. The subject is he, and then we have the verb live. But notice here, he requires an S, right? Because he, she, and it, present tense, require an S. So if I was answering the question, where does he live? I don't know where he lives. Okay? And so you can see why many students get confused because this really looks like a question. It has the question word where, right? But we do not form it like a question because it is not a question. So many students will say, I don't know, where does he live, right? So a lot of students will say that. That is incorrect grammar. It would be, I don't know where he lives, okay? When do they leave? I don't know. Now here we're talking about a time, so my pronoun will be when. And again, after the pronoun, I need a subject and a verb. The subject is they, and the verb would be leave. I don't know when they leave. Okay. We don't put that do, does, or did in there. Okay. What did she say? Okay. Maybe you heard her, but you're not sure. I'm not sure. What? Okay. So again, I'm talking about the words she said. What was it? I didn't hear it, right? So the pronoun is what. Then I need a subject. And what did she say? We're talking in the past tense, so my verb needs to be past tense. I don't know what she said. I hear a lot of students say things like, I'm not sure, what did she say? That would be incorrect. So remember that noun clauses are not questions. The question word is there, but it's not being used as a question. It's being used as a pronoun for your noun clause. Right? Try these, pause the video now, try these other things. Try these other examples, right? You can say, I don't know, or I'm not sure. Then again, you have the question word and a statement with a subject and a verb. Try it out, then you can restart the video, check your answers. Okay, good luck. All right. Did you try it out? You ready to go? Okay, we're gonna do a couple of I'm not sures, a couple of I don't knows. All right, let's see what we got. I'm not sure why, okay. Subject, Tom, verb is, all right, or was, we're past tense. I'm not sure why Tom was absent. Okay, how'd you do? Good? Now, who is that boy? I'm not sure who, subject, that boy, verb is. Okay, I'm not sure who that boy is. Whose pen is this? I don't know. Whose pen? Now, again, subject, verb, this is. Okay? So you can see how commonly these questions and noun clauses get mixed up with students. They'll say, I don't know whose pen is this. When the correct grammar, I don't know whose pen this is. Who is in the office right now? I don't know who is in the office. This one's okay. Because who is the subject, so we didn't have a reversal order in the question. There was no reverse. So here we say the same thing. There's no switch with the subject and verb. So I don't know who is in the office. Okay. Whose keys are on the counter? You know, I really have no idea whose keys are on the counter. Okay. So I have no idea is another way of saying I don't know. Who came to class? I don't know who came to class. And again, because who is the subject, you didn't have that reversal in the question. So the noun clause is going to look the same, okay? Because there was no do, does, or did. But again, the noun clauses, I don't know. You're going to have the question word because that is the information you don't know or you're not sure about. So you start with the question word, all right? Then you will be followed by subject, verb in that order, okay? You're not going to have the do, does, or did coming first like you do in a question. Okay? Hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions or you want to practice some more examples, please do so in the comments. And thanks for watching.